America. Hey, girl. I'm Jimmy Fallon. The king of late night is off, so instead you get the Rodney King of late night.
Good start.
Too soon? It was 1992, you guys.
Connecting with the young people.
Thank you.
Connecting with the young people.
Yeah, I get beat up a lot on the show for always mentioning that I'm a former New York City cab driver, but the truth is I've had some pretty cool experiences behind the wheel. For instance, I once got to drive Al Pacino a few blocks on the West Side. And it was like the weirdest thing ever because he got in and I was like, holy crap, Al Pacino. And he was like, holy crap, a white cab driver. Oh, my God. What are the odds? I've actually had tons of celebrities in my taxi, although I never drove Gutfeld because we didn't have a kid seat. Now, if you're wondering, I've also never picked up Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But unlike the cabbie who did, I've actually been in a high-speed chase. Although it's worth noting that mine happened on foot when I was a fat kid chasing an ice cream truck, but the point is the point. Yeah, growing up, I felt bad for being a guy who had a set of C-cup boobies. But looking back, I actually wish I had them now because I could get a Bud Light endorsement, you know? Jimmy. Yeah, you know, we make fun of Dylan Mulvaney, but the truth is, I'd rather watch 10 hours of him pretending to be a woman than sit through another second of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle pretending to be a victim. Thank you. No two people have been handed more and contributed yet less. I'll say that in English. Yet they shamelessly continue to tell a country where 70% of people are living paycheck to paycheck that it's really hard to be royalty. Please. Harry and Meghan are the type of people who would visit a starving village in Africa and complain about how full they were from the breakfast they ate at the hotel. Oh my gosh, you guys, I shouldn't have had that last poached egg. I'm so bloated. Anyway. Of course, the only thing Harry and Meghan are starving for these days is attention. Unfortunately for them, there's a writer's strike in Hollywood, so they were forced to come up with their own story about a high-speed chase that didn't pass the sniff test with anyone in town. Not even the poor stage manager Whoopi Goldberg keeps farting on at The View. Poor girl. Now, to recap, on Tuesday night, Harry and Meghan attended a ritzy event at the Ziegfeld Theater where Meghan received the Women of Vision Award. You know, for that time she looked at the royal family and had a vision of being the Yoko Ono who broke it up. But as you can see from the photos, Harry rocked a pretty basic suit, and like all people who don't want the public looking at them, Meghan wore a gold dress. She also had a tiny matching purse that she holds Harry's balls in. Now, according to their publicist, the pair left the event at 9:50 p.m., at which point the waiting paparazzi subjected them to a, quote, relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours, resulting in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. Folks, this supposedly happened in New York City. Take it from a former cab driver, New York City traffic moves slower than a conversation between these two. Really think about this for a second. New York is the only city in the world where bank robbers flee on foot. You've never turned on the news and seen a high-speed bank getaway because it could never happen. Guy would come running out of the bank like, dude, I got the money, where are you? And his buddy would be like, dude, I couldn't get a spot. I'm so sorry. Now, a member of their security detail told CNN that at multiple points, paparazzi were jumping curbs and blowing red lights, saying, I have never seen or experienced anything like this. Now, I do believe him when he says he's never seen anything like it because, according to the NYPD, it didn't happen. A police source told the New York Post at no time was there a high-speed chase, there were no collision reports or 911 calls, and the chase definitely wasn't 2 hours. Meaning Prince Harry's story about a high-speed car chase has more holes than Prince Andrew's orgies on Epstein Island.
Oh, God.
Jimmy. Hey, seriously, lay off Prince Andrew. The guy's stressed out right now. It's already May, and he doesn't even have a prom date lined up yet. We didn't need the cops to tell us this story was fake because the lack of video evidence told us everything we needed to know. New York is the most videotaped city on Earth. If a rat takes a bite of pizza on the subway, it goes viral in 30 minutes. and he's known throughout the world as Pizza Rat. Folks, you can't even pleasure yourself in your apartment without getting caught on video in this town. But seriously, if two British royals were in a high-speed chase out of the French Connection, there would be a zillion videos all over the internet. But once again, the only thing Harry and Meghan were fleeing was the truth. The cab driver who picked them up after they stopped off at the 19th precinct told the Washington Post, quote, "I never felt like I was in danger. It wasn't like a car chase in a movie." He went on to say that the trip only lasted 10 minutes before he took them back to the police station, at which point they made it home on their own. Yeah, it turns out Harry and Meghan should have visited San Francisco because, like the sidewalks, they're both full of But they'll continue telling woe is me stories because they worship at the altar of celebrity victimhood. They make all their money convincing broke commoners to feel bad for rich royals, and it's a great con, but at this point we all know the truth. Harry and Meghan don't want to be left alone because if they really wanted privacy, they'd get a primetime show on CNN. Let's welcome tonight's guests. He's so Nashville, his blood type is mesquite. Founder of Outkick and co-host of the Clay Henry and Buck Sexton show, Clay Travis. As an NFL reporter, she saw Brett Favre naked without getting a text from him. Host of the Michelle Tafoya podcast, Michelle Tafoya. He looks like the stepdad in a low-budget porn. TV producer and writer, Rob Long in the house. There it is. She takes no prisoners because she can't carry them. Fox News contributor and New York Times best-selling author, Kat Timpf in the house. Hey, girl.
Hi.
I'll go to you first. Wasn't the lack of video evidence the tell here?
Exactly. For 2 hours, nobody was filming it because nobody here wants to be famous or go viral. Those people don't live in New York City. Like even accidentally, like a TikToker filming a dance on the sidewalk would have gotten this pandemonium in the background. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, they're so fun.
And I just also don't understand what they meant by like near catastrophic, like near collisions.
Yeah.
Do you mean like people cutting you off? Like, that's Tuesday.
Yeah, in New York City, everything you do here is near fatal. You know what I mean?
But the most remarkable thing is that they think we are so stupid.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, the fact, it's so obvious. Anyone who's ever even, like, seen a movie about New York realizes that this isn't possible. And they're like, we're going to get through this, and everyone's going to... They don't just want attention. They want people to feel so bad for them.
Yes, it's a victim grift.
It's a victim grift. Which gets really old when you're literal royalty and then said, no, thank you. Like, my problems have been different. Like, I was the princess and I didn't want to be.
Think about that. Parents pay $1,000 an hour at Disney for their daughter to pretend to be a princess.
Yeah.
And she's like, this gig sucks.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But Clay, let me go to you because you were sticking up for Meghan in the green room. You say she's misunderstood?
Yeah, I've always been a big Meghan Markle person. Actually, I couldn't hear anything in the green room because you brought in 1990s rap.
Did I ever? Did I ever?
That's not even a joke. It was awesome. He walked in with his own soundtrack, and it was all 90s rap. But look, to me, Kat, kind of building on this, first of all, why wouldn't you just pose for the photos with the paparazzi to take the photo? Right? I mean, no one's ever tried to take my photo ever, right? But if you're so concerned, there's like 6 paparazzi, come out, you're dressed really nice. I understand if you got kids with you or if you're not expecting to get your photo taken at 6 a.m., maybe you're a little bit antagonistic with them. Take the photo and then just get in a normal car and go to your place. I don't want to sit in traffic for 2 hours to go anywhere. No. If you told me right now, hey, when the show's over, you've got to get in a 2-hour car ride, I would be like, no, I'll walk wherever you need me to go. So all of this, I find Meghan Markle to be the most detestable person in media right now. And she really is in media, right, with all the shows that they do. And I would just say this. If you ever get married or date someone and they demand that you renounce your entire family as a precondition for that relationship in some way, run in the opposite direction. She's awful, and she's trying to destroy Harry. I feel bad for him.
Well, you know, I'm with you there. The only place we differ is I do get photographed a lot. No, people come up to me, they're like, oh, my God, you're that before model from the diet ad. Oh, my God. You're the guy on the left side of the screen in the Slim Fast ad. I know you. Is Meghan Markle a worse actress or a worse screenwriter based on the story from Tuesday night?
Well, I got to say, like, I am a member of the Writers Guild. I am on strike. Go Writers. I'm 100% in favor of the Writers Guild. I'm picketing and doing all that thing. I think writers have a good point. Although I would be a scab just to punch up that story. I feel like I should probably have offered that. Just for pro bono, I'll probably get kicked out, but I'll do it anyway. None of it made sense. But here's the thing about Harry and Meghan that people forget. Oh, sorry. What are we talking about? I am so bored with these two. I'm so bored with their story. I'm bored with, like, what happens now. I'm bored with the kids. I was bored with the coronation. I didn't care. I am so bored with this that I really kind of feel like they owe us a bet. Either go away and then come back and have, get really fat and come back 20 years from now, or do something a lot more interesting than that.
Yes.
Like solve a crime. You know what I mean? Like do a
make a difference.
Yeah, make a difference in some way. Just be on a show.
Yeah.
But not that. That was just sort of lame and sad and boring and needs a punch up.
Thank you. No, and I agree. I think, you know who else is bored with them, though? I think they are, Michelle. I think they're bored. Because this is what I think happened, okay? She married into the royal family because she wanted relevance. She was a USA Today actress. She saw major relevance in the form of Harry, but she didn't understand that when it comes to succession, his only chance of wearing the crown was having a birthday party at Burger King. You know what I mean? So only one day a year would he get to wear it. So do you think she's bored and she's trying to make this life interesting? Because it's just a waste now. He is a spare, as his book said.
He is a spare. I will say this. I think he might be behind this more than she is.
Ooh.
Because remember that he is suing for further protection while he's in England. He needs more security. And I think there is a lawsuit underway for him to get this additional security. Well, what better way to get it than to say, when I was in New York and this was official business or whatever it was, I was, under this great duress. But here's the other thing. She was getting an award for a woman of vision. And I think the reason she was getting this award for being a woman of vision is because she has her very own truth. She doesn't have the truth. She has her truth, and that is her vision. And her vision that night must have been quite something. I wish I was living in her head, because there is no way in hell. Look, we weren't there. I want to be nice, but I can't be, because there's no way in hell this happens in New York and nobody sees it. There's just no way.
No,
so I think this is a play for extra security money for Harry.
Ooh. You know who the big winners here? The writers of her old show Suits. I guarantee you they went through, after some table readings, she was like, really, would this ever really happen? Like, will you try it yourself, lady? And she tried it, and it turns out you need writers.
Meghan might have settled the strike. That's funny.
Yeah, right. You need writers. You need people thinking hard about whether this, is this really exciting or not? Needs a second act, needs a third act twist. It can't be 2 hours driving around in a cab.
I think it's hilarious. And I agree with you on the women of vision, because I've watched her interviews. Stevie Wonder has better vision, okay? It's a mess. He's not watching, folks. It's okay.
He might be listening.
God love you, Stevie. He's a national treasure.
Yes, he is.
Before we go, come see me on tour. I will be in Clearwater, Florida this Saturday, the 20th of May, Davenport, Iowa on June 3rd, Mesa, Arizona, June 10th, and Lexington, Kentucky on June 24th. Hey, girl.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.